Oh, we waited for a while, so now we need a taste. And Jerry's tipped his pack out, and he's got something to get us through the day. Once again, it's Scroggin.
Kia ora, and welcome to another episode of Tararua Fever. But if you are a regular listener to the series and you're checking in right now and realising that something is not quite right, that this episode is not as long as usual, of course, then your fever senses are probably pretty much bang on. Ki te whakarongo mai koe o te Tararua Fever, e te Scroggin, the Tararua Fever Scroggin podcast that is supplementary to your usual Tararua Fever fix. Obviously, it's tramping related. It's a bit of a snack to keep you going between main meals, and it's going to be a random mix of stuff. And it's all filler, no spiller. Please don't spill any of your Scroggin on the track, because ecologically it's not that great for native fauna. And as always, ko Jerry Tokuingoa, I am your host Jerry, an imposter expert who just loves to yarn about tramping the Tararua Ranges, so much so we're trying to do another small segment to supplement our normal ones. So I've got a couple of updates. If you've listened to the last episode of Tararua Fever, it was essentially a baby shower tramp with my mates, as my partner and I are expecting. And the update is that we've now had our lovely first child into the world last Friday. 37 weeks, so slightly premature than what we were expecting at about mid-October, but was full term at 37 weeks. So we're thrilled to be parents, albeit the minimal sleep factor is definitely a thing right now, and all the parents out there are going, yep, that first week, crazy, So if you hear me slurring or I just stop suddenly, it's because I probably have passed out. But I cannot not mention a massive thank you to a few people who have emailed through with their congratulations since that last episode. Really do feel the love, and it's really lovely of you all. And on the note of sleep, the next item I wanted to talk about is I found out the other day that some friends of ours here in Christchurch, who I don't think have any association to the Tararua Ranges, I must ask them though, they have been using our podcast to soothe their very young two children, particularly their one that's 6 months old. And I think basically it's been, bedtime stuff. So look, I'm really happy that this podcast can hopefully be informative to those who care, for those going out on trips or just want to listen to chat about the Tararua Ranges. But also to those who want to put their kids to sleep. I actually expect nothing less. And if anyone else uses the show for anything for similar purposes, please get in touch. We'd love to know. It's not quite what we envisaged, but how brilliant. I think it'd be really cool to note a few bits that might be hot on the Tararua Facebook forum right now. I think it's a fantastic wee platform. Facebook's not my favourite thing, as regular listeners will know. But it is a busy forum, and there's always really cool things going on there. Some can be contentious, and sometimes it's just a lot of questions and stuff, so I won't cover everything, but maybe just from what I note from time to time, I'll mention. And so the thing I wanted to highlight today, an awesome guy, I won't say who it was, posted a link to a photo library that he had made of some of the old huts of the Tararua Ranges, contrasting them against some of the new ones, the current ones, but also provided photos of previous ones that existed, and some of them had dates against them. Some of them are historic huts that don't exist anymore, but some of them are ones that have been done up and are new, or it's their third or whatever iteration. So I just wanted to rattle off a few. I'll start with Angle Knob Hut, 1961, Alpha Hut, 1916, Bannister Hut, 1940, Booth's Hut, I hadn't heard of that one, 1971, Cone Hut, that was 3000 BC to present. Lols, joking. The Hector Dog Box, which is no more obviously. The Jumbo Hut of 1981. So yeah, just to name a few. I thought that was really cool, and I will hopefully provide a link in the show notes to that little website that the person posted. I haven't asked for permission, so if someone gets in touch feeling aggrieved about that, I'll happily take it down, but they posted it on a public forum, so I assume that they're okay for it to go further. Lastly, for the show, If you've ever got any thoughts, queries, comments, or you want to feature on any episode telling a previous story of a unique trip that was of significance, maybe it was particularly gnarly, maybe the weather hit hard, there was something in the Tararoa Ranges that's worth speaking about on the show, get in touch with us because we'd love to have you. We're looking into the new year for content that we want to keep producing. So we'd love to have you. We'd love to have a chat with you and see how we can get you on. So you can always get in touch with us at tararoa.fever@gmail.com. We also have the Tararoa Fever Facebook page now and an Instagram, which I haven't even hardly looked at because I don't really know what I'm doing with that. I guess you have to have an Instagram account to be able to look at that as well. Look, we'll be keeping making more tweaks as we go. The next episode, I don't really want to give too much away. I've been thinking a lot about it. No, I won't say anymore. Maybe it's going to coincide, well, we're going to try and make it coincide with Halloween. That's all I'll say. As always, we love having interviews on Tararoa Fever, and that is no different for Scroggin. Obviously, this is the first episode, and we'll see how this Scroggin segment evolves. But for now, I want to introduce one of my really good mates. If you're a regular listener or you listened to the last episode of the Baby Shower Tramp, you'll be familiar with Ben Cotter. Ben, how are you today, mate? Thank you for joining the show.
Kia ora, Jerry. Good, thanks, man. Long time no see.
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah.
No, I'm doing good, man. Yeah, like you said, it's been 10 days since we've gone on our last tramp. Hopefully not our last.
Yeah. I definitely hope not our last. I love tramping with you. You're a dream to tramp with.
Oh yeah, I think it's so easy, isn't it? I think just
Yeah.
me and you, we can kind of just choose our destination and set off, eh?
Oh, mate, and we can handle some gnarly stuff.
Yeah. That's why sometimes I like to
Yeah.
bring a third person just to keep you tame a little bit.
Thanks, mate. To reel me in. Well, the reason why I'm having you on this quick segment is because I guess when I was living with you, particularly Duncan Terrace and then in Thames Street, you'd gone from like freelance artist to art teacher.
Yeah, I think, when we were first living in Duncan Terrace, I, kind of fresh out of university, and I was, just trying to figure out what I really wanted to do with my life, and I think, um, freelance wasn't totally working for me, and yeah, I moved into art teaching, which, I really enjoy now.
I don't know anything about art, right? But I've seen what you've done in the past, and it always takes my breath away, mate.
It's very nice of you to say that, Jez.
Do you want to talk a little bit about your recent art exhibition?
Yeah, man, of course. Yeah, so I think it was mid-June. I was very humbled to be part of an exhibition held at 26 Constable Street in Newtown. I was doing an exhibition alongside Alice Toomer, who's also, just such an amazing artist. Yeah, and our exhibition was called Nurture. So, the kind of stuff that I brought to the exhibition was based mostly around tramping, and most of that tramping based in the Tararuas as well.
I hate to say this, I feature in a couple of them, eh?
Oh, you sure do.
It took me a while to realise. I recognised my rain jacket in one of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that one was from behind, just up on. I just I think which that might have been second tramp ever, Jerry. I think up in I think it was just an easy day trip up to Mount Hodsworth, Pal Hut.
Yeah, that's sitting on the edge of is it High Ridge that goes up there? I'm pulling up my map. I've always got a map open on my computer, Ben. It is High Ridge, and we're just sitting on the edge of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it now. Yeah. I know. In this trip that we've recently done, I saw you taking photos.
Yeah, so I think every trip I do, because I don't get into the Tararuas too often, is that I have to try and find some imagery during that trip to make sure that I've got something to paint when I get back home. I'm very fortunate to be part of Outdoor Ed kind of Duke of Edinburgh tramping group at the school, which is a great constant supply of photographs
Yeah.
that, I can just kind of pick and choose some of those photos. And, they do some pretty amazing tramps as well. So there's always some beautiful scenery and people around a campfire. So, it does work out.
Well, Ben, I wanted to give you a big up for you and your painting and your exhibition. Would it be cool if I left a link for your exhibition in the show notes,
Yeah, yeah,
in case people are interested? Check it
yeah,
out?
definitely, man.
My mum texted me saying that one of her friends who worked at your school was just like raving about your painting. So that's how great they are. I encourage everyone to go check them out
That's
and
lovely.
support our awesome community. All right, Ben. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Oh, thanks for having me, Jez.
Yeah, we'll catch you next time.
Catch you later.
Right. Thank you very much again to Ben Cotter. I love tramping with Ben. He's hardcore. We've done some gnarly stuff together, and I definitely hope that him and his partner Bridget can feature on some upcoming episodes with a few trips that we've done. I really want to talk about one that we did up the wide Otaki Forks. Nothing too gnarly, but it was one of the first times we've been up there, and give a bit of detail about that area. Okay, let's leave it there for today. I don't know quite what time I'm at. I might be slightly over. Finn will be tutting me. Sorry, Finn. I hope you enjoyed the first segment of Scroggin, and please join us for the next episode of Tararua Fever. And as we draw to the new year, we'll be sort of focusing on summer trips and New Year's trips and Christmas trips and what people might be doing over the long break and stuff like that. So if you're going out and about anytime soon, please be safe, and we'll see you on the next one. Hikuna.